What is up, Trust Troop? It is Trust to Impress, and I'm Biggity BACK back with another video. Today's video is going to be my Thanksgiving meal prep day. So if you are interested in seeing how I prep all of my meals for Thanksgiving Day so that all I have to do on the day of is sit back, relax, and heat up my food in the oven, then stay tuned. I start out by just cleaning all of my fruits and veggies. So of course you have to make sure that you wash out the sink very thoroughly with soap and water, rinse it out super well. And then I am going to stop up one side of my sink, fill that side of the sink with cold water, apple cider vinegar, and some baking soda, and put all of my fruits and vegetables that I'm going to be eating, using for cooking and cutting up today, in that side of the sink, and let everything rinse thoroughly. That apple cider vinegar and the baking soda is going to pull all of the dirt, gunk, ick, bacteria, whatever off of the fruits and vegetables. And it's absolutely amazing. If you don't already do this, I'll show you guys what the water looks like after those fruits have been soaking. And in my experience, if you just let fruits and vegetables soak in water alone, it doesn't really pull any of the dirt off. But using this apple cider vinegar and baking soda really works. So you have to try it out if you haven't tried it out already. For my melons, I literally just wash the outside rind off with soap and water and give it a really thorough rinse, because I'm going to be cutting up these melons and leaving the rinds in the container with the cut up fruit that I'm going to be eating. I'm using Bragg organic apple cider vinegar with Mother. So I don't think the brand really matters, but this is the one that I like, especially if you're going to use the apple cider vinegar for any type of internal use. You want to make sure that you use the apple cider vinegar with Mother. Is better for you. And the baking soda is just Arm & Hammer. Once again, even with that, I don't think the brand really matters. Those are just my brands of choice. And you just want to make sure everything is pushed down into the water, because your fruits are going to float, your fruits and vegetables. So you want to make sure everything gets down into that water and super clean. And I actually let this sit and soak. I still get super excited about using my lovely Mimi Chop Chop knife set. Y'all, these knives are so cute. They are so cute. So to cut up these melons, I'm going to use the biggest one. Look at how pretty. It's so cute and girly. And yes, I wash them and keep them in the box. Don't judge me. All right, so I've already washed up these melons, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut them up. And I cut cantaloupe and keep it in the fridge all the time. I actually love it to just be able to go in the fridge and grab a snack. So when you open it up, it looks like that. And I just take a spoon and scoop all of that out. And then I'll come back and show you guys how I cut the rest of that up. Some people cut the rind off. I'm a little bit lazier, and I just kind of chunk it up and leave the rind on and put it in a large container in the fridge. And this one is honeydew. I can get it open. These knives are so sharp. Put a little elbow grease in that thing. All right, and then the honeydew is similar. When you open it up, it has all of the seeds and everything in the center, and you scoop that out with a spoon, and then you can cut everything else up. So they're super pretty colors. I'm not sure if this one is as ripe as I want it to be, but I guess we'll figure out when I taste it. Both of these smell really good, so I'm already excited about that. Usually that's a good sign with melons. If it smells sweet, they probably taste sweet. And you can see how juicy it is when I cut it. It's probably going to be super delicious. So once I get slices like that, I just go back and make little bite-sized chunks. Once again, you can go ahead and take the rind off now, but it doesn't bother me. So I just leave it where it's at. Leave it where it's at. Leave it where it's at. Now you guys, look at how dirty that water is. So everything is all washed and ready to go. Next, I need to thaw out all of my meat, and that is the oxtails are frozen and then these turkey necks are frozen. I'm going to do that in 2 separate bowls because of course the smoked turkey necks are cooked. That's prepared meat. So I'm going to put it separate of the oxtails to thaw out. In my other mixing bowl, I am going to be thawing out the oxtails. So these are the smaller oxtails. You can see, very tiny. And these are the larger ones. So once I get it open, you'll be able to see. The big old kahuna. So you can see the size of these. And they are cut. They are cut, as you can see, but they kind of kept, it's not cut all the way through, so I will have to go through and do a little bit of work on cutting that. Ooh, it's cold. Dang. Prep. And then I'm gonna wash up my hands and we are going to prep the peas. These are red kidney beans. So I don't really know what's 100% traditional. I just grabbed these because they look like the beans that I've had in rice and peas before. So I've had something that looked like red beans and I've had something that looked like white beans. Is that a deer? With these, I'm going to let them soak a little bit. And then I need to sort them. All right, y'all, it's going down right about now. The next thing is the greens. So I'm super excited about this. Well, I'm excited, but I'm terrified all at the same time. I have never done greens on my own before. So we are about to see, we're about to live and learn together. So the first thing that I think I'm going to do is just cut these off, cut the stems off. I know I've watched my mom do it before and she pulls the leaves off individually, but I think I'm just going to cut the stems off all together and let these soak in the baking soda and vinegar bath, and then I'm gonna go back and wash them. You really have to wash these thoroughly. They have dirt and sand and stuff all over them, and it's going to make your meal taste disgusting if your greens are gritty. Like, that is a disaster. So let's get into it. for me to clean these greens. I am not looking forward to it, but hey, I'm about to have a good time. So basically all I do is run my leaf under water. I fold it over and I pull the leafy part, the thin leafy part away from the stem. Uh-oh. I tore that one up a little bit, a lot big. Dang. So then you're just left with the leaf and then you can discard the stem. Once I finished rinsing all of the greens, I just layered all of the leaves together, roll them up maybe 4 or 5 leaves at a time, and I cut them with my kitchen scissors to make them small bite-sized strips. Now, this is the boiling water that I'm going to be adding my greens to. I've already had my smoked turkey necks boiling in here for quite some time so they can go ahead and start getting tender. I am adding minced garlic now, and I'm going to also add some salt and pepper to this pot. This is the second to biggest pot that I own. And I thought all of the greens were going to fit easily at one time, but they did not. So basically what I had to do is put a few in at a time and let them cook down for a couple of minutes and then add more and more and more until I had added all of my greens to this one single pot. At this point, y'all, I started to feel like I needed a nap or a TV break or something. So I don't quite have all of my greens in the pot yet. You can see on the side that I just have a few more that I need to add, but I decided to go ahead and prep my sweet potatoes. I did not want to peel and cut and candy these sweet potatoes. I decided to go the easier and healthier route and just bake my sweet potatoes. So I tore off enough foil for all of my sweet potatoes. I already soaked all of the dirt off of my sweet potatoes and gave them a quick scrub. So now I'm just adding a little bit of olive oil and some salt on the outside of each potato, and then I'm rolling that up inside of the foil. Each potato is wrapped individually, and then I'm just going to put them all on a cookie sheet and let them bake in the oven tomorrow morning. So, or Thanksgiving morning, rather, since you guys are going to be seeing this a day late. Y'all, check it out, check it out. I finally got all of the greens in the pot and they are looking good and smelling good. Now, I will say after tasting the greens, I did need to add a little bit more salt, but hey, they were delicious, okay? And I also got my peas going, so I have some smoked turkey necks and with my red beans as well. Next, it is time for the cornbread dressing, and I wanted to make my cornbread from scratch. That's how I've made dressing before. However, I got super lazy and super tired. I told y'all earlier when I was doing the greens, I started feeling like I needed a nap, and I said, hey, I bought this Jiffy just in case I got a little bit lazy, and hey, I felt like cutting a little bit of corners, so that's what I did. And I'm very happy that I did because the dressing was amazing, y'all. I have a few more tips and tricks up my sleeve for the dressing, but number one tip is making it with Jiffy. It really did come out amazing. So first I just mix up the cornbread. I used 2 boxes and I dumped this cornbread mix into a cast iron skillet. Normally I will melt butter in the bottom of the pan, but I was just tired at this point. So I threw that thing straight in the oven just like that. Also, I decided to go ahead and saute my veggies that are going to go in my dressing. So onions, celery, and bell pepper. I sauteed with a little bit of salt and pepper in a pan, and I really let them cook down. I know some people like for the veggies to have just a little bit of bite to it, but I wanted the veggie to be super soft and just give off the flavor. So I actually cooked these in the pan for quite some time. I didn't really let them brown. I just kept cooking them until they got translucent. So I did add water along the way, just a little bit at a time. And as soon as the water would completely evaporate, I would add more. And I did that process for the entire time that the cornbread was in the oven.
Y'all can see I went ahead and got started on the mac and
cheese.
cheese. Now, by the time I got to the mac and cheese, I was really tired and I really started messing up. So in one pan, I went ahead and started melting down my unsalted butter. And in another pan, I started cooking my noodles. Now, I started melting my butter in my medium saucepan. I realized, hold up, I do not have noodles yet. So I went ahead and cooked my large elbow macaroni noodles. I highly recommend that you try the large if you've never had those in your macaroni. Most people just use the regular medium or small size. I'm not sure what they're called, but the large are delicious because the cheese sauce just fills the noodle. And when you bite down on the noodle, it just oozes with cheese. So for my cheese sauce, let's see, what did I do? I melted down my butter. I added 4 tablespoons of butter, 3 tablespoons of flour, whisked that in, 2 cups of half and half, and then I added this entire 8-ounce, I think, bag of mild cheddar cheese. And I just stirred that until my milk thickened and my cheese melted as much as possible. Of course, salt and pepper. And now for the best part, y'all. Look at this white sauce. Just watch. Just watch the drip. Oh my goodness. Why? Who came up with this? Who decided we are going to take all the dairy products we can find and just melt it all in with some noodles, some pasta, and bake it in the oven? Whose evil plan was that? Y'all, this stuff looks so good. I wanted to eat it just like that. But from this point, all I did was mix everything up together, and I went ahead and covered it with foil and put it in the fridge so that it would be ready for me to heat up or bake on Thanksgiving morning. And also I did my layer of cheese on top. I used sharp cheddar, if I'm not mistaken, as my layer of cheese over the top to make it more like a casserole macaroni and cheese.
So at this point, I was super tired and I actually did not get the entire film of my dressing. But essentially, I scooped out my cornbread. I broke it up into small pieces using my spatula, and I realized I'm going to be here all night. So I decided to just throw some latex gloves on and really get in there and break down all of the cornbread by hand. After I crumbled all of my cornbread, I went ahead and added in my veggies and mixed that in. I added 1 can of cream of celery soup, Campbell's, and 1 can of chicken stock that was about the same size. So it got like a nice kind of moist consistency. I know some people like their dressing with more liquid than that, but it was a perfect consistency to me. And then I actually did not get to add my smoked turkey wings to this until the Thanksgiving morning. So I didn't do that all at one time. I just could not. So I did what I could, added the smoked turkey wings the next day, and the liquid that my smoked turkey wings boiled in, I added that to the dressing as well, and it gave a perfect consistency. So it was a little bit dry with just the 1 can of chicken stock. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I am exhausted. I have finally finished this prep for this Thanksgiving dinner. As of right now, the greens are ready. They are in a pan ready to go into the oven and heat up tomorrow. The dressing is also ready to go into the oven. The only thing I have left to do is add this smoked turkey wing meat into the dressing, and I'm going to do that in the morning. Then my mac and cheese is ready to go into the oven. The peas are ready. I just have to add in the rice, which is going to cook very fast. So I'm going to heat that up in the oven as well. The oxtails are still raw, so I'm going to put them on super early in the morning so they can slow cook for a couple of hours and be ready to go. And then the potatoes, the sweet potatoes, still need to go into the oven, but they have been oiled and salted. So that will be the full meal. Hubby is going to be smoking the Cornish hens in the morning. So we'll both be cooking together in the morning. If I can, I will get in some more filming time and film us cooking together for you guys. If not, don't fault me. I'm tired and I really just want to take tomorrow to relax. But once again, thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Give this video a big thumbs up before you go, guys. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.